Alrighty, welcome back. 12 News at 4 continues with a Milwaukee native's debut of a brand new musical, Hellenika. It's going to premiere right here at the Marcus Center. Very, very excited about this. The playwright of the show, Hanneken, joining us now to talk all about this. This is so special. Once a theater kid, always a theater kid. So This is very, very exciting for me. It's a brand new show.
That's right.
You're from Milwaukee and you get a chance to perform it in your hometown. Before we talk about the show, I just want to get your initial reaction. What does that feel like to be able to perform this in front of a hometown crowd?
It's hard to put into words. It means so very much. The theater world here in Milwaukee is just exploding with talent. And the cast comprises of actors and actresses from Milwaukee, Chicago, New York, and even in between. But to do it here in my hometown, it fills my heart to beyond words.
I mean, I can only imagine. So give us the rundown of what this show is about. It's set in an older time period, but what I loved about the website, the graphics are so modern, and so it's a musical though. So kind of give us the rundown of what the show's all about.
Absolutely. So it is a true story.
Okay.
And it is set in the golden age of Athens, in the world's first democracy. And in short, this story charts the last 33 years of Socrates' life and the role of his teacher and muse, who's a foreign woman by the name of Aspasia, who's often overlooked not only in history but in the trajectory of Western philosophy. The little evidence that we know about her is that she was Socrates' teacher in the spoken word, in rhetoric. And if people know about Socrates and his Socratic method, the spoken word and engaging in dialogue is what he's most famous for. So it's really profound that his teacher in his process was a woman.
Wow.
Yeah.
And often overlooked in history, too. So I feel like there's a part of that people can take home with them. What I also was struck by is there's many themes in this show. You got justice, power, rhetoric, truth that I feel can be so applicable in today's time.
Yes.
What do you hope people walk away with after they see this musical?
I'd love them to have a sense of wonder and curiosity about the past and the way in which these lessons that history has to teach us can be applied to the modern day. It's really not lost on me the scale to which these questions that mattered the most to Socrates and Plato, the notions of justice, what is it, why is it important, truth, how do we define it, and how do we pursue it? Right. Rhetoric, what role does it play in persuading large groups of people? These sorts of questions were at the top of mind for both Socrates and Plato, and I would argue that they are as important now, if not maybe even more important right now in the modern day than they were in the time period in which they lived.
Absolutely. Looking forward to that part of it. So the big goal here is to get this show to Broadway. Obviously, that is very competitive.
That's right.
And it costs a lot of money. But when people come and watch the show here in Milwaukee, that is in part essentially helping you fulfill that dream of getting it to Broadway.
Absolutely. Yeah. You got to get eyes on it, right? Hopefully get some excitement and some buzz. The next steps, the journey for a show of this scale and this size, as a mega musical, if you will, with a capital M. It's admittedly, I'll admit, it's a little unknown, right? It'll take a seasoned producer with a lot of experience to kind of navigate that ship, to get it to Broadway. It's possible its world premiere will be out of town. I mean, who knows? Maybe Milwaukee, depending on the organizations here, how they want to choose their next season's programming.
Hometown.
That's right. That's right. So we'll see. I'm open-minded, but above all else, this public reading is an excuse to tell this story to a public audience for the very first time.
Absolutely.
And generate some buzz and excitement along the way.
Very, very exciting. When you get word it's going to Broadway, you got to come back here and tell us about it first, because we believe that is totally possible.
Blake, you'll be one of the first people to know.
Fantastic. Kyle, so great to have you here. You got the information on the screen right here for if you want to go and be a part of the public reading at the Marcus Center. And we certainly look forward to following this journey. Very, very exciting steps ahead for you, Kyle. So thanks for being here with us today to tell us all about it. Rhea and Mark?